Hey there, friends. Well, today in the pastor's letter, we're going to take up the problem of hatred. It's something that if we're human, we've had this experience. We have felt it, or we have been the targets of it. And so we're looking at Joseph's story in Genesis chapter 37. And in chapter 37, it says 3 different times that his brothers hate him. So the hatred is intentionally built. I mean, there's this layering of hatred and more hatred and more hatred. And then finally, we come to the last statement that they envied him. And then we know why, of course, because throughout the story we're told that his father loved him more than he loved the rest of the sons. He gave him that coat of special colors that was the emblem of his love, and it was also the symbol of their hatred. That coat represented everything they hated. Joseph had dreams. They didn't have dreams. Joseph had great dreams. He had aspirations. They didn't seem to have any aspirations. And so they hated him. And of course, Joseph didn't help himself in all of this because he was a tattletale. He told about the work of his brothers, the evil work of his brothers. When he would come back to his father, he was always sharing his dreams with them. They didn't want to hear it. Joseph should have clued in on that. They don't want to hear my dreams. I'm not going to tell them my dreams. But it doesn't seem that he did. But their hatred just grew and grew, and envy was invited to the party. And of course, where envy and strife are, there's confusion in every evil work. And we see that happen here in Joseph's story. The relationship between the brothers and Joseph really got twisted. And it got twisted because of this hate. And so, that's just something that we have to avoid, especially we as Christians. We cannot be found hating our brothers and sisters in Christ. It doesn't matter what they've done or what they've said or what you have perceived. None of that matters. Your job is to love them, because hate's a trap. Hey, they put Joseph in the pit, but really the people that were put in that pit were the brothers. They put themselves there. Can you imagine having to live with that lie based on hate, based on envy, for all those years? 20 plus years they lived with that hate and that envy. And they kept it from their father. They lied to their father about what happened to their brother. I would imagine they hoped that the Ishmaelites or the Egyptians or whoever bought him had killed him. That way, the truth was silenced. But can you imagine having to live like that? Yeah, and some of us have lived with hatred so long that we find ourselves in a pit. And it's time to put an arrow in the hatred. It's time to put an arrow in the envy and to kill it instead of killing ourselves by it. So I encourage you today, if there's someone that you have a hatred towards or you're envious of, get rid of that. Deal with them in love and in truth. If you need to, confess that hatred and that envy to them or to someone, and get it off your heart. Get out of the pit. Climb out yourself and be a lover and not a hater. That's the thing that, really this passage is a warning to us. Now, when we come back to Genesis chapter 37, which we will in future pastors' letters, I'm going to talk about how God uses the evil intentions of the brothers to do a great work, not just in Joseph's life, but in the brothers' lives, in the father's life, and in the life of the world. So we'll look at that next time whenever we return to Genesis chapter 37. But for today, think about your relationships and how you need to clean up the ones that are, just wrong, confused, and broken because of hatred and envy. We'll talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye.